Okay, so breaking this no post streak. So I got this Indian food from the Masala Indian Cuisine in McLean. Honestly, the price of Indian food is kind of crazy now, yo, because it was really 20 bucks just for the butter chicken and rice. And then they're not even including naan in it. You have to pay extra $5 for the naan. So I got this time goat cheese naan, which I've never tried before. I don't know what it's gonna taste like, but apparently it's stuffed with it. So I am hyped. I love me some good naan. Okay, and then I'm also gonna talk about well, I went to see 2 movies since I posted the Anyone But You and The Boys in the Boat. So I'm gonna talk about Anyone But You first, since that is the first one that I seen. Yeah, while I eat too. So the first thing I noticed about this film was that the main character was the guy from Top Gun, and he kind of I don't know, it was kind of a switch in roles, I guess. In Top Gun, I felt like he was a little bit more cocky, but in this film, I didn't really get that vibe from him, because I feel like the whole thing, it just starts off of well, not really misunderstanding. The lead girl, I forgot her name, but she kind of starts it off because she meets this guy and they are like having like a one night together, and it's very passionate, and then she just like leaves in the morning, like while she wakes up first, and then just like sneaks out of there, and he wakes up too. Obviously he hears her. They did not miss. This is busting right here. Dipping the naan in the butter. This is literally everything right now. Literally feeling the exact craving that I had for it. You know, I got a little drink. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this review and eat, because I'm about to bust this down and it's too good for me to like be waiting. Okay, so like I don't even know if I'm gonna post this at this point. I've never really been a mukbang type of person. I don't really taste like I mean, I see the cheese, but I don't really taste the cheese. I mean, it definitely doesn't taste the same as regular naan, but not what I expected. Yo, this is everything right now. Low key, I wish I got this in the spicier one. I think the extra heat would have made it amazing. This is literally gonna put me in a food coma. I need to take a breath. I'm feeling so blessed right now. Shoot. I gotta sign up by today. I'm gonna be doing a golf league. I don't know how that's gonna turn out. Hopefully I meet some cool people doing it. It's gonna be in Ashburn at the Top Golf on Mondays. So I'm excited for that. I was debating on whether or not to do it, but they kept following up with me. I was like, they doing their thing, because I would have just forgot about it if they hadn't called me like again. Yo, for real, it's about to put me in food coma. Like, I really just want to go lay down right now. But I want to post a video today. So I'm gonna keep doing this. All right. Anyways, Anyone But You. I actually like this movie a bit. It's your like typical romance movie, and it's like a little bit corny, but it's just cute. But yeah, at first, when I first seen it, my first question was like, why did she leave? Like, why did she just get up and leave this dude's house? Because she calls her friend, and her friend's like, oh, it feels so great, then why'd you leave? And she was like, you're right. So then she goes back and she's like about to walk in, but his door's open for plot reasons, clearly, because it makes no sense why. And he's talking to his friend, and his friend's like, oh, did you care or whatever? And he's just basically like, oh no, she was nothing or something like that. Like, he was just saying that he don't care because he was trying not to have his feelings hurt. And then she overhears that and then like just hates him after that, and it's just like whatever, which is crazy. And throughout this film, I was kind of confused on how time was passing because I thought it had been like 10 years after that, but I don't know. But anyways, so main character dude from Top Gun, he is like going to this wedding for his childhood friend, and she is like getting married to the sister of the main girl character. So convenient AF. And during this time when he meets her, he meets up with his childhood friend and her fiance. We find out that she's engaged, so she's supposed to marry this other guy. And the whole family is flying to Australia for the wedding. And I'm just like, yo, what the hell? What type of money you gotta be having to just wedding party going to Australia? And it was nice. Like, the house was dumb nice in Australia. I was like, okay, heard them. So they actually end up on the same exact plane. What a coincidence. She's sitting coach and he's sitting first class. And he said to her, I thought it was funny, I noted it, he was like, there's nothing small about me. So I thought that was a funny line. And the guy sitting next to her on the plane was just like, what the fuck? Like, when he said that, because we were just having this conversation in the open. So then, like, in the plane, she tries to, she walks to the front because she has to use the bathroom, and she tries to steal his cookie that's sitting right next to him. But then, like, she ends up getting her arm caught in the side of the chair. So she's, like, trying to, like, pull it out. And then it just looks like she's like that. So this lady that's sitting across the aisle opens up, like, her mask. And she looks over, and it looks like this girl is straight up, like, humping this dude. And I thought that was hilarious. Because she can't get her arm stuck. And he's just, like, has the headphones in and the blindfold on. So I guess he doesn't feel it, which is crazy, or he's sleeping. But when she's doing this, she hears in his headphones that song. I forgot what its name is. How'd it go? Dang it. I'm forgetting how it went to. Oh well. That's could be a callback later on in the film. So then their rivalry just goes on for a little bit further. Like, they're staying at the childhood friend's stepdad house in Australia, so I guess they knew about it. And then, oh yeah, it was rated R, and I know why, because they get there on the beach, and his ex-girlfriend is there, who happens to be friends with his old best friend. So this is also wild, like how these people are interwoven together. So he's your friend, but I guess she's also your friend, so they invite them both to this small, like, exclusive wedding gathering, knowing that it's gonna be a little awkward for them. And then that's what gets me mad too, like, later on in the third act of the film. Oh wait, never mind. I can't even be mad because that was planned. Okay. So she is going, like, the main girl character, she's going through her own thing. Like, she just got kicked out of law school as well, and that was one of the things she was telling him when they first met up, that she didn't like want to do law school, and she's kind of hiding it because that's what her family wanted her to do. And he was saying, like, how his mother died and how that really affected him growing up. Oh yeah, so back onto the rated R. When he gets there, he sees his other ex-girlfriend on the beach, and then she just stands up and it's just showing the whole chest, like, boobs out, everything. Like, they do not care. They're using that rated R rating to the max. And then she's like, oh, this is my partner, to this other guy that was there, like a surfer dude. And he's just like, oh, like your tennis partner? And she was like, nah. And what the heck is in my notes? It's just all over the place. So that's his name, Ben. His name's Ben in the film. So he was thinking about this ex-girlfriend after seeing her, because now he's kind of in his feels that she's with another dude. And then B, that's the girl's protagonist in the film. Her parents don't really respect her boundaries at all, which kind of get me mad throughout the film. Like, I'm sorry, but it just could not be me. First of all, they're inviting her ex to the wedding because they want her to be with him and they think that he's the right choice for her, which is just wild. Like, they broke up and you're really crossing the boundary. Be like, oh, this is like our son. Like, you can't, he's best for you, da-da-da. Trash. So, yeah, that's her whole thing. The parents are trying to set her up with her ex, and everybody else there is like trying to set up B and Ben to be together because they can see the tension, obviously. And yo, they light fireworks off by accident in the house because they get into another fight, and it sets off this like flower encasing thing or display, whatever. So his ex-girlfriend comes and like takes her whole dress off and starts just putting out the fire. It's like she's just in her bra and underwear, and it's like, what the fuck? But it works. So yeah, that's after this they hatch a plan for them to have sex together instead of fighting, which is just wild. And I mean, in the end, it does work, but it just seemed ridiculous. And I really like this film because it's like super quirky like that. I don't think it takes itself too seriously, so I like that. But they're like eating breakfast and there's just so much food. Like, it's like extensive big table with fruits, vegetables, all this and that. I'm like, y'all are not even that many people. Reminds me of growing up, the Haitian breakfast, lunch, and dinner at my poppy's house. Because it was way more than that too. Oh, and one of the characters, he says to this older guy, he's like, your generation sucks, you ruined everything. I thought that was funny. I laughed out loud for that. So everybody like hatches this plan to get them together, and they basically try to tell him like, oh, she really likes you and he really likes you. Good. Okay. It's too late for all that. So then, bam. Whatchamacallit? So obviously they catch on because it's super noticeable that everybody's trying to set them up. Like his friend and his stepdad are like talking super loudly, like, oh, she really likes him, da da da, and he's just like over listening. And then they basically decide like, okay, if they want to do this, then let's pretend that they're actually together. That is just kind of leads to a whole different thing, because one, she wants to pretend they're together because she doesn't want to be with her ex, and her parents are pushing the ex on her a lot, so she's trying to convince her parents that the relationship is real. And then he wants to get his ex-girlfriend jealous so that she would want to go back to him after seeing her with a different dude. So they play this up, and then this next scene is like, I think it's pretty hilarious. So they are hiking because they want to go like on a hike for their marriage trip and stuff. And basically they stop, and he finds this like huge spider on him, Ben. So he freaks out and takes his shorts off and just throws them, which is crazy. Um, and then he's just like naked. He takes like all his clothes off, and everybody's in the background, not even looking at them. They are looking at this koala that was just like randomly sitting there. And I like the fact that it pans from different shots of like being at the koala point of view and just seeing them in the background like flipping out, because she also finds a spider on her, but she just like shakes it off. She doesn't throw her clothes off. So he was like, what the hell, I could have did that. And he's just sitting there butt naked, like freaking out in the background. Because at first they were trying to make it like they were trying to play up their couple, like putting their hands in each other's pants and having everybody look, but everybody wasn't paying attention to them. They were looking at the koala. So, oh my gosh, Gouda. You chill. Sit down. Sit. Thanks. So, basically, once they turn around, they already, she takes off like her shirt or something, and he wraps it around his private area. So they're good from that. And the friends like really think that their plan worked. They're like, yeah, we're good. Oh my gosh, yo, I'll tell you, they're using this rated R to the max, bro, because the guy that Ben's ex is dating, he basically comes up while he's like taking a shower after being in the ocean, and he is like butt naked, yo, and they actually show like his private area. I was like, oh my gosh, bro, this is crazy. Because usually in films, like, I feel like it's common to show women like everything, but they usually don't show men. Like, the closest thing I think of is like 50 Shades of Grey, where they did not show his junk on the screen at all throughout the whole film, but they really showed it on him, and it kind of is like trying to hide it because his hand is like around it, but it's still, you could still see. I was like, I can't believe they did it. So then once like they start seeing them together, Ben's ex actually does get jealous, and she actually does want to like get back with him. And then they have like, they go out and they have these old looking Range Rovers, like, which I kind of thought was cool. They looked very classic and classy, and they're in different colors like pastels, so I thought that was visually like pretty beautiful. I liked the visuals throughout the whole film. And yeah, after watching this, I was just like, I would love to have these type of problems that these people are having right now. Like, they're like freaking out over little stuff, and I'm like, yeah, y'all don't really got it that hard. But so basically they go on this yacht and they want to like do like a Titanic and stand at the front of the boat and make it like seem like from the Titanic movie, and everybody ends up watching them. So it does work, but the crazy thing is that after she like moves, she falls off the boat, and then he jumps after her to get in, and they ended up going to this little like post thing in the middle of the water. And I was just like, why didn't they start screaming for help? Because both of them are just freaking out, but they're not really screaming. But then people on the boat notice, and they're just like, oh my gosh, and they end up calling the helicopter. And I'm just like, yo, what? They really got helicopter rescue? Like, is this free? Like, is this just for rich people? Like, who's paying the bill for this? I guess it doesn't matter. So then she starts singing his favorite song that was from the plane scene, because he is getting lifted up in the helicopter and he's like really nervous and scared. So I thought that was pretty cute scene. And then it just felt very intimate, and I felt like I was intruding watching. Like, if you love romance and like that butterfly feeling you get from watching it or reading like romance, this is definitely the film. Like, I did enjoy this film. OMG, you has to say everything. Oh, and this is what pisses me off. There's always this like one part in the third act. So basically after this, they're kind of actually really close. Like, they're not even really faking it anymore. And then she says to him while they're in bed, like, everything she does is always a mistake. And he just takes it the wrong way. He's just like, oh, I don't want to be a mistake. So he pulls at her and sneaks out when she's sleeping. And she wakes up to, like, him being gone. And then they're just on bad terms again. But the group of friends, they really get them. And this is the thing too, like, I actually fell for it as a viewer watching it, because they walk out and his friend and her sister are having a conversation, and they're just like, oh, they mess up everything, like the wedding. So they went to go pick up this cake before this happened, for the cake for the wedding, and they set it on the table because again, it's this argument. And the dog comes, like, it's like an earlier callback to the dog, like, taking the toy from the truck. So I guess they set the cake down on top of this toy. The dog takes the toy and the cake just falls to the ground, and it's just like down bad. So it really makes it seem like it's like, oh my gosh, this is the end of the world. Like, they're everything's getting messed up. The brides are mad. And then they're having a conversation, which Ben overhears, and they're just like, they ruin everything, and maybe, like, they get mad at each other, and he's like, well, maybe we shouldn't even get married. So they kind of feel bad and want to go apologize and have them get married and stuff and make up. So that's also planned by them, which I thought was very clever. You find that out later on, and that really helped them get past that and, like, talk to each other and move forward. So they did their thing. But they're at the wedding at this point, and they're not together. They did apologize, but they're not together. And earlier, when they got lifted into the helicopter, he was saying to her, like, oh, we should go to this place in Australia. I forgot what it was called. It was just like a cute scenery place that couples go to a lot. And he was like, yeah, we gotta make a date to go there later. So they're at the wedding, and he finally gets his ex back. Like, she fully wants to be with him at this point. She dumped the other guy, and he's at the wedding, and she goes and kisses him, but I guess it doesn't really resonate with him. So but B sees it. Like, she looks over and sees it. So her sister's just like, yeah, like, you need to just go and take some time to yourself. And she's like, yeah. So she goes and takes this she drives away, and she's like crying while she's driving, and he basically, like, sees her leave and is just like, no, and then wants to go after her. Oh my gosh. So this dude, Ben, goes and jumps off the cliff into the water so that he can get helicopter lifted to that place. And it's like, again, what type of budget do y'all have? Like, do you guys not have to pay for that? Like, I want someone to actually let me know, like, in Australia, do they actually do that? And if you do have to get lifted out of the water, like, do they charge you? Because that seems like something they would charge you for. That's a whole helicopter ride. But he basically asked them, oh, can you drop me off here? And they're like, sure. So they go and drop him off to where she's at, which was pretty romantic, but still seems very unrealistic. And then I found out then that it's actually been 2 years since they met. And before, when they first met, she was actually on a break from her ex-fiance, and that's when they got together. And then, yeah, we find out that everybody staged a fight for them to get together. So all in all, everybody's plan worked to get them together. So yeah, it was just a cute film, like enemies to lovers type of thing. I did like it, and honestly, I would probably watch it again too. If I could rate it, I'd probably say a 7 out of 10, just because I would watch it again. It's not like the best romance movie, but I feel like if you just want a feel-good movie, it's quick. And yeah, honestly, I don't even think it's gonna be in theaters much longer, because I'm always watching these super late, like not when they premiere. So you'll probably catch it on streaming. But yeah, So that is Anyone But You, and yeah, go check it out. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think of the movie, if you've seen it, or other movies that are coming out or that you want me to review. Let me know. I also have the Boys in the Boat. I seen that and I thought that was actually a really great movie, so I'll review that one next. But for now, I am out.